Thank you so much. Third time lucky. As I was saying, Mercury is currently stationary and things are going to be fun. All right, so it's just a quick recap. The moon is conjuncts the south node. The south node is the things that we have already experienced. You could look at it as past lives, past karma, this life's past experiences, the things that we have done that we are letting go of. Right. So now we have the moon in Libra being ruled by Venus retrograde. She has been looking at her life and her experience and looking at the things that do not give her joy and are releasing those. Okay, so with this, what we're looking at now, we've got the moon, and it is past the opposition to Chiron, where we are wounded, and the wound that is affecting our individuality as well. All right, so Aries being the individual and that dynamic self that we have. So you could look at this as the messy things in relationships that we're letting go of, or how we have interacted with people in the past, just the things that things that need balance in our lives. Could be, things that are there that have caused injustice in our life. Libra is all about justice and equality and fairness, and it's Libra and it's Venus, so it is partnerships. All right, so we could be letting go of old partnerships. However, as Chiron moves closer to the North Node, and we are learning to heal ourselves, and we are moving closer to our most authentic path, as that North Node Chiron get closer together, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to break up with people. It could be you realizing old patterns from that previous life experience that, so you can become a better individual in a relationship. So it doesn't generally necessarily mean you're breaking up with people, but you are letting go of old patterns of behavior within relationships. All right, so there was that. So mainly today, the shittiness of today was the moon south node Chiron experience that we have. Now there's also so Venus has only got 3 more degrees to go before she is stationed direct, and she stations direct at 12 degrees 12. So that's like 3 degrees in 20 minutes. So, that is the 9th of September. So she is slowing down, right? So, this week, all right, so tomorrow. Okay, sorry, I'm going to go for tomorrow. Yes, today's going to be chunky. I'm just as off kilter as everyone else. All right, tomorrow. Okay, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week being the extended, guys. This is the stuff that we need to give yourself the extra support. The moon is in Scorpio. We are going deep. All right, so moon south node. What are we letting go of? Moon in Scorpio. Where are those dark, think of the skeletons in the closet. Think of the, scared of being in the dark. Think of, sex, drugs, other people's money, escapism. Earlier this morning, I was talking about Pluto being quite active. The sun at the moment is in conjunct Pluto. That is actually coming up to, I think it's tomorrow. I think it's like tomorrow oh no, so it's sometime tonight that is going to be exact. So that is reaching out for old quick fixes. Okay, so there's an additional layer of shittiness in the air that is causing us to have those darker thoughts. All right, so breathe. It's not just you, it's in the air. All right, and we know that every time the moon's in Scorpio, we're just gonna, it's gonna be that little bit more difficult. And it can be passionate, it can be enticing. So, what you put onto it and where you're at is, obviously going to be your experience. All right. So next couple of days. Tomorrow we've got the moon in Scorpio opposing that Jupiter in Taurus. Self-control is needed. Jupiter just wants to make it all that much bigger. And the trine to Saturn is asking us to be more responsible. All right. So we've got, again, there's a lot of push and pull this week. So the trine to Saturn is at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So tomorrow night, we're getting to the point. So that Venus trine Jupiter that I was talking about is at 9:30. So if there's going to be any more uncomfortable feelings, it's going to be tomorrow afternoon onwards. All right. So heads up for that time. The sun is going to be at 29 degrees of Leo. So, whenever there's a planet or a point at 29 degrees, it's the culmination of the lessons of that sign. So that could have us revving up, being a little bit over the top. It's like the rock star on stage with all the people adoring that person, and just that ego emphasis that we get. All right. So we're going to be emotionally down, but physically up. With the Jupiter, we could easily overdo it. All right. So this is for tomorrow afternoon, being Tuesday. Now, there was also that in conjunct to Pluto I was telling you about. Okay. Now, actually, I'm going to stop this. I'm just going to stop this screen. I'm sorry, I won't stop recording, but I am going to go to this one. Okay, and go here. All right, so let's go here. So that way, okay, come on, move across. Let's go down here. Okay, so what is no, I'm not going to do that. Stop me, guys. Stop me. I'm stopping. All right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not working out. Okay. I'm glad you guys love me so much. Okay. I'm in the week. All right. So Venus square Jupiter in Taurus. Okay. So tomorrow evening, we get to the point where Venus has made all her decisions. She is choosing to act upon all of her learning so far. All right. So if you've got to that point where you're in your journey, you've seen all the things that you don't want to have in your life anymore. And it's like, I suppose it's like, each hit after the first one is further down the lesson where you get to try out your learnings a little bit more. So, I think maybe this is why I was also I just feel like the enticement for drugs and alcohols and escapism is that much stronger with Venus, Jupiter, Scorpio Moon, Sun at 29 degrees. There's a lot of enticing activity, which could be asking you to go back to old ways of being. I hope that makes sense. Because, like I just said, there's a lot of temptation. There's just a lot of tension. And, earlier this morning, I was saying there could be the desire to go and have a lot of sugar and carbs. Just depends on, what your vice is. All right. So just be careful with this overall experience that you don't go deep, dark, and fall off the wagon. All right. Okay. I'm just going to move forward. Okay. All right. So Wednesday we go, and moon's still in Scorpio, but the sun is going to move into Virgo. All right. Look at this. So at this time tomorrow, the sun is, this time Wednesday, the sun's at 29:59. Let me just move it forward a couple of minutes. No, not hours. Oh, that'll do. All right. So now, Wednesday, when the sun goes into Virgo, take a deep breath, ladies. Oh my God. All right. All of that outward energy that we have been feeling is going to we're going to go within. You know, it's not everybody is happy with Virgo season. I personally love it. It gives us a chance to have an inhalation. All right. We get to be the nature mamas. It's a time to healthcare, look at your habits and your physical boundaries, I get, or not physical boundaries, but what are you doing for yourself? Are you let's have a cleanup. Let's have clean the house, have a declutter, overhaul our diets, drink more water, look at your poop. All right, big one. Look at your poop and make sure make sure that you're actually paying attention to the messages that your body is giving you. All right, now the sixth house is illness, all right, and our health and self-care and service to others. So we are allowed to withdraw. Okay, so often I've said about Leo being, or there's exhalations and there's inhalations. There's the biorhythms going up and down. Going into Virgo, it's more of an inhale and a down biorhythm. So perfect time to rest after all of the energy that we have expended during Leo season. Again, though, we're going to be going deep and down at the same time. And Mercury is also completely stationary, because when the sun moves into Virgo at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night, less than 11 hours later, its ruling planet, which is stationary right now, is going to go retrograde. So if in this midweek point you are trying to get things done and nothing is working, then do not get frustrated, because there's a likelihood that this is going to be the case. All right. Now, Mars is on its way out. It's only a couple of days till it moves into Libra. So Mars is not really, well, actually, Mars is problematic at the moment because it is opposite Neptune. So in addition to Mercury being stationary, shit just does not make sense. All right, there's fogginess in the air. We have hurt feelings. We have deep feelings. So, I can continue on with the melodrama that is this week, but it does get better by the end of the week. Okay, so this was Wednesday. All right, so like I said, we've got the sun moving into Virgo, still in Scorpio. I'm just going to move forward because... okay, so Thursday. All right, so like I said, Mercury goes retrograde. All right, so we have the next 3 weeks from the 23rd of August through to the 15th. 30 days has September, April 30. So 8. So it's actually over 3 weeks. It's a long one, this one. We have the next 23 days after Thursday, Mercury is going to be retrograde. So not only is Mercury in its own sign and it retrograde, yeah, it's going to be fun, this one. But it could be fabulous as well. Could be amazing. All right, so as you can see, this 7 p.m. on Thursday, the moon goes into Sagittarius. So, I mean, we've got, look at this, we've got Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. Uranus is going to go retrograde on Tuesday the 29th, Chiron, Neptune, Saturn, Hygeia, Pluto, all retrograde. Everything is retrograde. So we are doing lots and lots of revision. All right. So, great time. I keep talking about taxes, paperwork, like I said earlier, decluttering. You're going back over everything. Just think about the last... Since the 4th of August, all right, you are going to be revisiting all of the things that you have done since the 4th of August. Now, the first Venus square Uranus, oh no, hang on, August, where am I? All right, the 4th of August. Okay, so yeah, all right, the second Venus square Uranus was on the 9th of August. All right. So what lessons did you learn around that 9th of August? So not only are we looking at Mercury visiting that spot, but Venus has already been there and she's going to go back to that spot again. So, if you have been going through things and you're slowly working stuff out, you're going to be revisiting it in a lot of different ways. All right. So Maybe you have worked out a situation with a partner where you've spoken about things and you've agreed on stuff. There could still be situations arise that go over the same things again and again, just from a different viewpoint. All right. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So that's Thursday. Friday. What do we got? Yeah, Friday's a very intuitive day. Don't really have much to say about that one. Saturday is, okay. So Saturday, there's a lot of mental activity. So if you've got stuff to do on Saturday, make sure if you're talking with people that you know what you're talking about. That if you're listening to people, that if you don't know what they're talking about, you ask lots of questions. Now, there could be lots of amazing insights. There could be some great understandings, but it comes from you asking questions, guys. The moon's in Sagittarius. It wants to know more. All right. Now, we also have, I'm just going to go to Sunday because Sunday is the day that we have the sun's annual opposition to Saturn. Now, when the sun was conjunct Saturn, you may have started some sort of new venture. Now, the sun opposition Saturn is actually going to be showing you the evidence of your hard work. Now, if you haven't done anything, it's going to be very evident. If you have been doing something, then that is also going to be very evident. So this is a time where you can accept the accolades that you deserve, or you can just, the fact that everything's retrograde, stop and review all of the processes. And this actually includes, do you still want to be doing the thing? All right. So much has changed just this year. Are the goals that you set for yourself actually still relevant? Venus is retrogrades every 18 months. We've started the year with a totally different energy than what we've got right now. I don't know whether, well, actually, no, we started the year with Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, and it didn't really start getting going until March. So even though I'm talking about 6 months ago, which is pretty much going to be the end of February, March, then there you go. All right. So sorry, me working out that on the fly, but what's changed since that end of February, March, or what plans did you make at that time? And are you on track? So, it's a great contemplation day, or great contemplation weekend, really. Lots of new insights, lots of being responsible for your actions, and yeah, it's your life, your way, your rules. So you might have these experiences where, again, no judgment needed. Life is about taking steps forward. There's going to be a couple of steps back. It's a little bit of a cha-cha. As long as you get your groove on and you keep dancing and smiling, no matter what is happening, you will survive, and this too shall pass. So I'm going to stop and